Welcome to Overly Obsessed, Unsung, and Underground. Ooh, did you come here because your social life has suffered tremendously since your friends are sick and tired of you playing the same damn song over and over again from someone they never heard of?
Or did you just finish looking up your favorite artist's bio on Wikipedia and the artist's song lyrics on genius.com?
Oh,
What's up, fellas?
welcome.
Hey, what's up? What's up, brother?
I haven't seen you guys in a long time.
Yeah, wow.
Since the election, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But I am so happy. I don't know what to do.
Oh,
Thank God for miracles.
yes. I think the first day the sun was shining so bright.
Even the White House looked like it was brighter.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out. I want to first just introduce ourselves, but we are the OOUU Pod. It stands for Overly Obsessed, Unsung, and Underground. And I am Danny's.
And I'm Ree, the other host.
Reed.
Welcome. Thank you guys for coming. We're so excited.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Look at that. Well, how old are you guys? About 14?
Oh,
I wish.
I wish. No, we are
Look
in our
like you're in
30s.
elementary
We're in
school.
our 30s.
We're
Really?
30, 35.
Oh, man, y'all look like y'all in grade school.
Well, thank you.
Yes, but and I just want to say I got my California shirt on. Okay, I'm repping for y'all.
Oh, wow.
It's tough in California right now, boy. I tell you, we got to get this COVID under control.
Yes,
you guys are
yes.
going
I
crazy.
mean,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yes.
It
California.
is. It
and
is.
all of you are in Cali.
No, I'm in
Hotels
Vegas.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's going crazy here too because nothing's open. Everybody's like, "What do you mean nothing's open?" So no casinos are open. That's what I mean. There's no shows here.
Yeah.
At night when you go down the strip, it's all dark. Most of the casino lights are out. So
Mm,
it's like a ghost town here.
wow.
And see, I'm in Maryland, and it's not a ghost town, but in Maryland, there is a lot of places where you can't eat, you can't do a lot of stuff. So it's basically the same.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
You in Baltimore, Maryland? Or you in Baltimore?
I'm in Laurel, Maryland. It's like 15 minutes away from Baltimore, and then
Yeah.
15 minutes away from DC. So I'm in the middle.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we do, because we do Baltimore and DC.
Yes, because I went to the Valentine's show and seen you guys there 2 years ago.
Man, I love that. Can't wait to get back. I tell you.
Yes, I wish y'all
Wow.
get back. We were in the front row, me and my mother.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. And I'm in New York, guys. So
The Golden City.
but you know what's so funny? It just seems like there's no COVID here, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. Like, going into the malls, going out to eat. I mean, everyone is still social distancing, but it's everyone's out here.
Well, see,
Wow.
going into the mall in California, at least in Los Angeles, the malls are open, but like Leaveil's casinos, they're empty.
Yeah.
People have gotten scared because we were doing great, and then California just got horrible for some
Got
reason.
lax. Got lax.
Mhm.
You
And a
lax.
lot of people, and honestly, a lot of people are traveling over there. I think that's also part of the reason.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man, New
You
York
guys
is
got
so
an
busy.
exodus. You guys got an exodus going on there because people are moving out of
Oh, yeah.
LA
Yeah,
like crazy.
they're getting out of California.
They leave
Yeah.
and they're going everywhere. They just say, I don't care, but I don't want to be in California. I'll go to Arizona,
Anywhere.
Vegas, Colorado, Utah. People are moving out of there like like it's nobody's business because they're in fear.
Right. But yes, but I wanted to, at least inform you of what our podcast is about. So we love music. We grew up on it, we grew up on you guys, believe it or not. My mother, you guys are her favorite group of all time.
Because
Oh,
we
great.
love
When
her.
I told her, she was just like, what?
I know. My mother was the same way. She was trying to come over here, and I said, "No, you can't come over." She would be crazy with it.
Yeah, but we grew up on R&B music, obviously hip hop too for our generation, but we're just here to create a platform to show our appreciation and to enlighten people from our generation about like our old school artists, if for lack of a better phrase, and also uplift and educate up and coming artists.
Yeah.
So, but we were super honored to have you here. And we want to start off though with a nice little trivia to break the ice.
That's what we normally do. We first start off with the trivia just to break the ice a little bit. This is going to be called the OOUU Whisper. It's it's a game. Basically, we're going to say lyrics to a song, and you can either sing it, you can say the words, or you can name the artist, or you can name the song. And we have 5 of them. So are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the first one is, well, I'm not going to sing it, but I'm going to say it. Hopefully,
please
you guys
don't.
get the lyrics. So, be strong for the master plan because there's a light on the other side of your reality.
Wow.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I got the first one, so you know how to do it.
Okay.
Okay. And this one is my favorite song. So we can all live in a chocolate dream. Oh, if we could, I would wish we could.
Chocolate girl.
Yes, of course, because I'm a chocolate girl. So
you know what? We cannot do a concert without singing that song. They'll throw a rock at us if we don't sing that song. That is the one. I'm telling you.
Yes. Okay, and the next one for me, and then I'm gonna hand it over to Danny to ask the last 2. But and no power, baby, keep us apart. You're engraved in my heart.
That lady,
pretty lady.
That be lady.
Yes.
Wow, I tell you, that reminds me of Mr. Nicholas Caldwell.
Yes, Lord.
He left us in 216, but man, what a powerful songs for us.
Yes, it was. Yes, still is.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. So this is my favorite song, so I'm gonna sing it. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I looked at you.
Oh yeah.
Oh my heart.
Rock steady. Rock steady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all winning this trivia game.
Look.
With something hard, girl.
Right. I really couldn't believe if y'all couldn't get it though. And then the last one, don't stop for nobody. This time I'll keep my feet on solid ground. Now I understand myself when I'm down.
Yeah.
Wow, you got me on that one. I shouldn't have a hard one, huh?
What?
I'll say it again.
I try to say it fast on purpose. Okay. So so don't stop for nobody. This time I'll keep my feet on solid ground. Now I understand myself when I'm down.
This time. Well, that's in Phillips, right?
No. Am I mistaken? No. That ain't it.
Wow, she stumped us.
We stumped you. What?
It's
in the raw.
What'd you say?
In the
raw.
No. Parita, did you get that one wrong?
No, I didn't.
Oh no. Okay. Tell them what it is.
See that title. I'm dying to hear.
It goes on.
Oh.
Yes.
Never wonder. Somebody's win, somebody gotta lose. Oh yeah.
Wow.
But that was good. That was good.
You got
definitely.
All scratching a hole in our head. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you again for coming to the OOUU Pod. And just to introduce you guys to our OOUU Podders listeners, these gentlemen are the Whispers.
Yes.
If everyone can go and introduce yourself.
Yes.
Okay, I'll start off. I'm Walter Scott.
I'm Leaveil Degree.
And I'm Scotty Scott.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you guys for coming.
Let's just say, what are you guys, I mean, how have you guys really been doing after, this pandemic and everything? And how is it really for you guys to not be able to like perform? Because that's pretty much what you guys been up to, right? Yeah. So how is it going for you guys? Like,
well, it's affected all three of us probably differently, with Leaveil living in Las Vegas and me and Scotty in Los Angeles. It's been a test for me. Being cooped up, you really have to watch yourself. It's given us plenty of time to, meditate on music and songs. So we're in the process of recording, trying to get something out for when COVID is over with. We're probably going to come with something maybe in the next 2 months, or maybe in the next month, that's new, a single. But it's been a challenge. You got to be very careful about what you do and how you do it. And you know what? As much as I don't like Donald Trump, he said something that, this will test you. When you can't go nowhere and can't do nothing and can't be around the ones that you really love, it has an effect on you.
Yeah.
No question about that.
Yeah, you're right.
For me, in here, we wind. It's funny. I hear about a lot of people being depressed. And depression can be a real thing that can set in with you. Because I've had a little bit of that going on. Because of the fact that you're stuck in the house. Not that I don't love my wife. I love her to death, and it's great to be able to spend the time with her. But I'm used to working and going out, so many times a year, and just being able to perform. I miss the performing aspect, and so I don't have that anymore. Everything that has been my life for the last 47 years, kind of like been ripped away, and thank God it won't be permanent, but still you suffer through that because, for me, and I think all the Whispers, we love our audience. They've been there with us forever. And, we need them as much as they maybe need us in these kind of times, and not being able to get to them, not being able to go and hug your grandbabies or be around your children like you want to. It's a very, very difficult time. I told my wife the other day, I'll be glad just to be able to hug somebody, or shake somebody's hands. Even my guys, I haven't seen them since the recording of How Long.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them other than being, through this
virtual
year.
Yeah.
So it's very, very difficult. Our band is going crazy because, they've been on text messages, and they've been texting one another and sending jokes and pictures and stuff. I mean, my phone goes off and blows up all day long from them. Just trying to stay connected, So
yes, that's important. That's key.
Trying to keep that camaraderie between one another, that love between one another. And I'm amazed that they're doing that. I mean, I'm up at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, text messages coming in, and you got to answer them. And I'm like, okay, I got to mute this for a while because. But it's tough. It's rough.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's been a learning. I'm still trying to get over the fact that this even happened. It happened so quick. Within seconds, our lives changed. And I mean, think about that. I mean, like Leaveil said, we were all used to, as X amount of weeks, we'd go out and work, and we're used to doing that. And just being able to go and do. When you all of a sudden out of nowhere, I mean, it's not like you didn't have a chance to like get used to this. Like one day, I mean, we ended our last gig right here in Los Angeles. I think it was in Pasadena.
In March.
March would have. But anyway, if anybody had told me for the next year that we wouldn't be working and we'd be shut down, I just wouldn't have believed it happened so quick.
Yeah.
So I'm still pinching myself saying, wait a minute, did this really happen? I know it didn't happen because, we done lost friends, we've lost relatives.
Well,
it just shows band members. We lost, what I learned out of this, that it's not days and hours, it's seconds. Your life can change.
Mm.
And so in the meantime, I'm like everybody else. I've been staying under these trees and hoping and just, that's it. I mean,
Yeah, but you know what? Not to linger, but a positive note, what this done for me, it gave me a new appreciation of how important it was to record music. Because I hear when I go to the store, I told the guys what a feeling it is. We've had the pleasure of singing for over 50 years.
Yes.
A big catalog of music. And man, I'm so grateful. During the holidays, listening to our Christmas album, I'm so grateful that we took the time to get all these recordings done, because now you know what they mean when they tell you that you're not gone because your music remains here to keep you here. Well, that's happening while you're alive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was so grateful. I told the guys, man, it's so good to hear our stuff, because they were playing songs that we had forgotten about,
Mm-hmm.
Over the Sirius radio, over the internet. And that made me really feel good. But overall, yeah, it's a challenge, no question about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you guys are keeping your head up, and you are continuing to just keep in touch with each other during this time, because like Leaveil said, that's really important. Just staying connected, being vocal about how you're feeling, your mental health. And yeah, we'll get through. With God, anything's possible. So we're going to get through this.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Wanted to know, where did the Whispers originate from? Like, where did the name come from?
Oh man, it happened before you guys had even thought about being born.
They wasn't even in the world.
I gotta share a secret. When y'all's picture came up today, I looked at these two young ladies, attractive. I said, man, what are they gonna know about us? Because they both look like they're 14. And what are we gonna talk about? And you just asked me a question.
Oh no, you'd be surprised. We know a lot. I know.
I can see that already, and man, I'm so grateful. But anyway, the Whispers started many years ago. There was a small record company in Los Angeles called Dore, and we were looking for a record deal. We weren't named the Whispers yet. But a guy by the name of Gordy Harmon, who was in the group, he knew the owner of the label. His name was Leaveil, and we went to audition for him to sign with his label. And when we started singing before him, he said, man, you guys the sound is really soft. It's almost like a whisper. And we thought, man, I don't think he liked us.
Wow.
He said, why don't we call you the Whispers?
Oh, wow.
He said, Mr. Burdell, if you give us a record deal, you can call us whatever you want. Scared us to death. But that's how the Whispers got started. He called us the Whispers, and that's how it all began.
Yes. Okay.
Love it.
Yeah. So if you guys weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
Some 3 different
that's
talk about that too. I know exactly what I would be doing.
He'd be flying. When you get on Delta Airlines, he would be the pilot.
Oh, okay.
Either there or I would be. I'm actually a commercial helicopter pilot. So, in my time between doing shows with the Whispers, I would come to Vegas and fly people back and forth to the Grand Canyon, in helicopters.
Oh, wow.
So I would most likely be a pilot if I wasn't with the Whispers. There'd be no doubt about it. That's what I would be doing.
Okay. How about you, Walter?
Easy. I love history, and they call me Motor Mouth, so they think I might have been a lawyer. But no, I like history. I love knowing about what happened and how we got here and how will it help us to go a little bit further. So I probably would be a history teacher.
Okay.
And what about you, Scotty?
My mom said to me when I was about 5 years old, she would say, you're so lucky because you know at such a young age what you want to be. I knew from the age of 5 what I wanted to do, which is this. I didn't know how successful or big it was going to be, but I knew at a very early age that I was going to be in entertainment, because that's all I thought about. That's all so I can't even imagine It's just a great question because it's a question I can't tell you what I'd actually be doing. If I wouldn't be singing, I don't know what I'd be doing.
Yeah, you didn't have a contingency plan, did you?
Yeah, I mean, really, I don't know that's a great question because I have to think about that hard myself. You know, maybe managing a Burger King or some shit.
I hear that.
Anything to get some money started.
Get something.
Yes.
Yeah. That reminds me, Ree, I know you remember this, but that actually reminds me of my daughter's great aunt. She had said to me, actually before she passed, and she was just like, Danielle, she was like, a lot of people grow old and they never find out their purpose. They never do, you know, what they're supposed to do. And she said that same thing to me. She was like, I'm glad that you know. And at that time, I had no clue what she was talking about.
Yeah, I didn't either. Me either. I know what you mean.
Exactly. But, you know, now it's just like, oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, Gotti, I'm with you. I couldn't see myself doing anything else. You know, I love music so much. And this is for me. So
definitely for me as well. Love it.
That's great. We're so lucky that you guys love it because that keeps us here.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Ready.
So out of the 25 albums you guys have, what is your favorite song or your favorite album?
You're going to get 3 different answers, and I can tell you it's easy for me. It's not the biggest hit that we've ever had, but it means a lot to me, and that's called A Song for Donnie. And the reason for that is that when we first saw Donny Hathaway in person, he made an impression that we never forgot. We never saw a vocalist with the emotional, he didn't need a microphone. You felt his emotion through his voice. You know, all he had to do was just sing one word. And we happened to see him on a night where he was closing his show. Back in the day, we used to tour the country. And Sunday night was closing night for that act, and the new act would start like on Thursday. Well, we got there early, and we got to see Donny Hathaway. And you guys are young, but I know you know about Donny Hathaway. You know the big apple cap that he wore. We saw him sitting at the piano singing "We're Still Friends," and I will never forget the emotion that I felt listening to this man sing. It was so emotional. I told Scotty, I didn't know people could sing like that, you know. But he made an impression. So later, we formed a Donny Hathaway Scholarship Fund. That's how much he meant to us, and we gave away about 8 scholarships, sent kids to colleges in the name of Donny Hathaway.
Amazing.
So when you hear us sing A Song for Donny, for me, that's one of my favorites.
Okay.
For me, I think my favorite album would be The Whispers, because it's the first album that we had that actually let us know that we had arrived, you know, that we had something for the first time and that people really, really liked us, you know, because until you get that first gold or platinum album, you're kind of just, you know, listing in the wind. So you really don't know how much they like it, but that was the one that kind of solidified that and let us know that we finally did we finally did the right music, the whole production, what we sang, people genuinely liked. But my favorite song that we have done was a song called Butter that was written by a young lady named Tina Marie. And I love the song because of what it says and, you know, how it's a woman's perspective on what a woman wants to feel, and who better to let you know that is a woman, you know. So that's one of my favorite songs, not only because of the lyrical content, the music, but also because of Mr. Nicholas Caldwell, who was our choreographer.
Okay.
One of the routines that he came up with for that song was just unbelievable. I mean, he's like our Fred Astaire in a group, but what he did with that song, man, I just love doing that routine. It was complicated as all get out, you know, and it took a long time to learn it, but that's kind of the reason why I love that song.
My favorite song is we go back to that same album, and it was simply called The Whispers, but it was so many, it was a lot of hits on that. I mean, we had a song for Donnie, Lady, but the song that changed our lives was a song called And the Beat Goes On.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Once we had been singing, you know, like Walt said a minute ago, you know, it's still unreal. You know, we've been here over 50 years. But at that time, we had been singing maybe 15 years. And we had always gotten close, but it was never no as they said, we got close, but no cigar. And the Beat Goes On was the cigar, because when it went platinum and double platinum, our lives truly changed. And I never forget, it was 1980. And from 80 to 89, it was a whole nother world for the Whispers.
Wow.
So, and I'm thankful for that song. I'm thankful for the guy who produced it, Leon Silvers. And his lives changed, our lives changed. Our lives changed completely. And here we are still 50 years later, we're still here. And it probably started with that song. So that's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, that speaks volumes. I think that's the message that we also try to get through to, you know, up and coming artists. It just takes one. It just takes one idea. It takes, you know, you just do it and see what comes from it. You know,
right.
I'm so glad to hear you.
A lot has changed, I'm assuming, yes, since you guys started. Can you describe something major that has changed since then that you feel like either has a negative impact on the music industry now or a positive impact on the music industry from when you first started, if that makes sense?
Yeah, well, I'm going to start there. I'm going to go with the positive. What I see today compared to what happened when we were ascending or coming along like 30 years ago, young entertainers today have an ability to get themselves into current events, and they have an ability to affect the world. You know, like what just happened, you know, with this election. It's so great to see John Legend, Beyonce, all these young people taking part in politics and affecting the world. Hip hop, you know, we're from the generation of rhythm and blues, but hip hop, man, I mean, it's so powerful. They're able to, this election that we just had, hip hop, in my opinion, was just as instrumental in bringing about what happened as anything. Because when you see these young artists, you know, like a John Legend, and they go and they speak, and what I mean is they have an ability to speak. They're not just into music.
Absolutely.
Articulate enough to know the issues. When we came along, we could know all the issues we wanted, but we weren't allowed to participate because of racism. I mean, we're talking about now the 60s, all the way up to now. So I'm so grateful with what I've seen from the young people today is they're able to integrate and make an effect on what is happening the whole world. I mean, hip hop is known everywhere. You got people trying to imitate. You might not like him, but there's a lot of people like Lil Wayne. You know, John Legend can speak on topics that makes him very effective as to how the world operates. I just think that is incredible.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, I probably would, you know, I'm kind of have mixed emotions about, I don't know whether to go with the negative or the positive, because.
Well, since he said a positive, say the negative. What do you?
Well, you know, just like I said, it's wonderful to have a platform to be able to, you know, because, you know, young artists have platforms that we never had, really, to be honest with you, not on that level. And it's important to be responsible when you have a platform. I know that you can have your opinion, but let it be based on some sort of merit of something and not financial, you know. I mean, we've just come out of an era with the president, and when I hear certain artists, they're out there saying he's a great president, and you know, they want him back, especially big artists, and I won't necessarily call them out, you know, because Walter happened to mention one of their names, but he's kind of little, but anyway. But when you have artists that are not responsible for what comes out of their mouth, Me and my wife, we wrestle with this. How do you wind up having, in love with a president other than that has done some horrendous, ugly things from just throughout the 4 years from day one, and then you find them appealing because of how it financially benefits you.
Right.
To me, I'm not selling my soul for money. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Right and wrong is wrong.
Right.
And so for you to do that, to me, it lets me know where you are, and how ugly the spirit is, period. Because I think, you're thinking numero uno instead of thinking as a people, I'm so, when I guess when I get up in the morning now, my focus, because Walter will tell you, I didn't give a darn about politics, period. Walter was our politic guy. We would go to him, hey, Walt, what's going on with this? And he would give us the whole
see that.
Because he's the one that he gets up in the morning, news. And I'm like, how does this Negro watch much news? But he was informed. He was getting informed on what's going on. So because of this last 4 years, I've done the same thing, and I've learned so much. And to me, when I look at it, I'm like, wow, our world would have been another 4 years of that. We may not have ever recovered.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why other entertainers don't look at that kind of thing instead of looking at the bottom line of money. Money is the root of all evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Said, so you would put money before even your own self-preservation, because, we could have been in a nuclear war next 4 years with this fool. So you wouldn't have had your money. Your money would have been glowing. You wouldn't have been able to touch it. So when I look at that, I think we need to be responsible as entertainers because we have so much influence. And, you got to be responsible with your words. Words matter more than I've ever seen in my life. So be responsible. So that's the negative side to me.
He's
actually have a lot of meaning.
Yeah, no, he's like, let me just, not to retort, but I got to say that I lumped him in. He got a pardon out of it. What I was speaking of is when I looked at what was happening in Atlanta with Ossoff and Warnock, hip hop people, young people came out.
Yes.
Are very responsible for making it possible for those two senators to get elected.
Yes.
Top R&B artists came about. So that's the good part.
Yeah.
We're going to always have some that, they don't do what we like. But as a whole, oh man, it's just a great situation. Some of us go the other way, but for the most part, music has had a lot to do with the politics. And that's young people and old people like us together, all of us. And that's how that is.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure which direction to go in, because I think Leaveil and Walt, they went really good in each direction, negative and positive. And I mean, I could, some of it, I could go either way too. But I tend to kind of lean in what Leaveil was saying. I was wondering how we, and I've been here long enough to know the word that could be used to explain it, but to make it short without going into a whole long unity. When I look at whatever we can do from a music perspective to bring our people together, that's what I'm thinking that's why we've been here as long as we have. I have to control myself too. Like when I see our own people, sometimes we are our own worst enemy. We blame it on other things, and those things are there, but sometimes we forget the role that we play. And that's where I lean into Leaveil's direction in terms of when I looked and saw what we were dealing with. The guy that was in the White House, I called him Satan, because if you know anything about the Bible, he was the closest thing to Satan I ever seen. That's how rotten, crazy, whatever, as if you want to give it, he was. So when I see our own people, so much hate, and everybody can give you their own story of why they didn't like Donald Trump. You know what? Mine was very simple. When I saw him mocking the disabled, that's all I needed to know. From that point on, I knew what I was dealing with. And so when I saw some of I to this day don't understand how nobody, black and brown at least, right, let's just say black and anything other than white,
right,
could see something good in Donald Trump. Something mentally was going on. But I mean, I saw quite a few of our people, you know, and I used to look on TV and I see the people right behind him, proud to hold up a sign saying how much they loved him. I'm saying, man, what in the world, you know? But hey, that's the bad side. And then when we go to what Walt was talking about, when you look at people like John Legend and other young hip hops who, you know, who was doing things that helped our people. And the one thing I'll say for the hip hop community that I really do love that they had that our generation didn't, they understood the word ownership. We came along, we wasn't allowed to have that word, you know, but they came along. I remember when rappers were saying, as much as you might like or dislike my records, I'll sell it out of my car before I give it to you. Right. That's the good side. And we didn't, like I said, our generation, I could tell you some stories that would make your hair stand up, but we didn't have that opportunity. But the hip hop community, they said, no, we're gonna own ours. When you look at Legend and Beyonce, whatever you might think of them, what they got, they own it.
Yeah.
That's very, very important. That's what I learned a lot from that.
Okay. So I'm going to get into the next question, which was basically on the topic that we were discussing, but it's basically about your single, How Long, and what made you guys want to start singing it and writing the song, and definitely with what's going on in the world now, I know, but how did you get started?
We, like all of you, happened to be at home that day watching television. In fact, I think the good Lord made this happen like this. Mm-hmm. We were forced to be at home and watch television. So we all got to see George Floyd with that knee on his neck. And it affected all of us so many different ways. It just tore my heart out. Yes. Somebody life taken on national television. Mm-hmm. And we have a bass player, his name is Magic Mendez. And he had wrote the song How Long many years ago as a protest song. I'm trying to think, what was the protest, Leaveil? He was
it was the Russian missile crisis.
Right. Mm. But the song dealt with the lyrics that you hear now. He changed it a little bit. But when we saw that George Floyd thing, we said, man, we were in the process of coming with a regular single. Mm-hmm. We said, we got to put that on hold. We got to come with this song that says How Long, because the lyrics relate to what's going on right now. And it was, in our opinion, it was in keeping with what we've always done. If you follow the Whispers, you know that years ago we had a song called It Seems Like I Gotta Do Wrong Before They Notice Me.
Yes.
Olivia lost and turned out. So we felt like this was an opportunity to do what we've always done and have a message-oriented song that related to today. And it simply asked the question of how long are we going to keep putting up with this? At the time, we were all disgusted, you know, and so the lyrics said, how long are we going to fight? You know, do we have to fight? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Watch that. I mean, everybody watched it like it was at home watching TV on the 8 o'clock Wednesday night, you know. Yeah. It drove us insane, you know. Mm-hmm. So we came with How Long, and How Long basically said, you know, like Scotty talked about unity, How Long is like that. You know, if you love somebody, if you treat somebody the way you want to be treated, you won't do that. You won't do what they did to George Floyd. You treat them like they're a human being.
Correct.
That's what How Long was all about. You know, asking the question of how long, and we wanted to know if you really apply some love to it. It's as corny as it sounds. Love is the answer.
It is.
Somebody you can't hate them.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
You know, so that's How Long. That's the way How Long came about. And we're so proud that we put it out because it's talking about what we want to talk about right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can still dance to it, which is cool.
Yeah. Whisper song.
Yes.
Yes. So, guys, what's up next for you? I know, you know, with the pandemic, you're not really able to perform, but are we going to get another single or...
Yeah, we were in the process. In fact, the single that we wanted to put out, the way we record, it's so difficult now. The young guy that's producing of Magic, he lives in Atlanta. To be honest with you, we're just too scared. I mean, he's afraid to get on a plane and go through custom.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Stop right now.
I'm sure.
And until we can get vaccinated and get back, but no, we got something in the works and we're coming with it. I mean, a typical Whisper single is talking about what means the most to us. Respect for our ladies. Understanding what it is to be a Black man. That's kind of what we coming with next time.
Love it.
The message oriented, but it's gonna be dedicated to the women because that's how we always kind of wanted to come out. But it's coming. We wanted to get it for the Valentine's Day, and I think we're gonna miss that window because here in Los Angeles, it's
bad.
When you're
it's bad.
I love y'all, but I'm not coming to LA.
I don't want it to be our last single.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, you know what was funny, Leaveil? The first when we did How Long, Leaveil was the one that didn't want to come. He's the one that he told us, I love y'all, but I'm not getting on no plane.
I understand.
So he ended up driving here, and we got it done, that way. But now, Leaveil, you didn't even know this. Now Magic is saying, I love the Whispers, but I'll see you later. I ain't coming. I mean, when he looked, and because LA in particular, it's bad here, mister. Right now. It's bad. So that's why we, like Walt said, we had planned to come with a single on Valentine's Day, but we want to be here for next Valentine's Day too. So we had put all that on hold, but we coming. Don't worry about it. We are coming.
Okay. Yes, because I'm praying for another concert, hopefully by Valentine's Day again to see y'all.
You praying for it. We're praying for it.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
I've been getting all kinds of calls and emails. People are so disappointed. We usually do the Soul Train cruise, and we're slated to do this year, and people are like, man, I can't believe it's not happening. I said, well, it's better that it doesn't happen because, there's no social distancing on a cruise ship.
It's definitely not.
No.
So I understand why they cancel it, but we're going to be back in there. We're going to be doing our thing again. We just want to make sure that it's done safely and that we're not contributing to somebody's demise because this thing is so real. I've never seen it like this, and it's still going crazy, and people are ignoring. Don't want to. I mean, my wife hates me going to stores, but I mask up and I got a big. I got masks that look like I'm getting ready to go into a hazmat room with the and
the headgear.
The whole 9 yards, and I got these nozzles that come on the side of my mask, but I've seen people literally fighting over the factor of wearing a mask.
Right.
And it's just amazing. So until we get that together, and people respect one another in that aspect, because they've been told a lie that there's no thing. And, the amazing part to me is that, because when it first started, I was like, oh, baby, it's going to be all right. It's no big thing. They just overhyping it. Well, 400,000 people are dead.
Right.
And 24 million people have been infected here in the United States. Are you serious? Thinks that is some sort of wildlife kind of conspiracy that,
right.
I mean, that would have to be a heck of a worldwide movie script to make this fake like people think. So until we get that mindset out of place, I'm gonna be here in Vegas. I don't even trust driving. I'm like roll down my window and the virus comes through.
I know.
Isn't that amazing? How paranoid you make yourself when you think about it? I mean, it's serious.
It is.
Yeah. Well, to our OOUU listeners, we just gonna keep streaming and downloading the Whisper albums and the new single How Long, and until we get something new.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the next question is, what's the best advice that you received with being in the music industry?
Well, for me, and again, we say this to young people. Scotty told you earlier about before we had And the Beat Goes On, we had been singing about 14 years. The lesson there is never give up on your dream. You really, you you can get discouraged because the business, you guys are young, but you're in the entertainment business, so you know how ruthless it can be.
Yes.
And it can make you lose hope, but we're perfect examples. If you really believe in what you're doing, now it's a funny thing about stand-up groups. Kids did this because it was fun. They would start it like young people, they would start something and never finish. But the ones that were serious, they kept on going. So we tell young people all the time, if you believe in your talent, don't give up. Because, in fact, I remember my mother saying in about 1978, she told us, she said, you know what? This music thing is fine, but y'all got to get some jobs with some benefits. I know you think you're going to be a star, but we never gave up. We just kept at it. So my lesson is to all young people and people of anything, if you really believe in what you're doing, stick to it, because it'll finally happen for you. You just have to have the belief that it can happen, because that's what happened to us.
Yeah.
Well, so going with what Walt said, I mean, our moms taught us a lot of things, but my mom was always said that be humble. Humility is everything, and so that's why we treat our fans like they're our best friends. We don't refuse autographs. We go out and spend time with them. We answer questions. We're to take pictures with them, because she's always said, something, you're gonna meet the same people you're right now going up the ladder, but tell me I'm telling you right now, if you treat those people bad, when you come down that ladder, they're gonna be waiting on you, and it ain't gonna be a good thing. So always treat people with respect your fans, because they pay your bills, put your kids through school, they pay your house note, they pay your car note. And we never lose sight of that. We wouldn't be where we are without people loving us the way they do and coming out to see us every year. So we never lose sight of the fact that as the Whispers, we would not be the Whispers and be as successful as we are without our fans, because they do everything for us. I mean, everything.
Yes.
You can't pay your bills if you have nobody come see you, right?
That's true.
So you have to pay homage to that. You have to be respectful of that, and spending a little bit of time with them. We have fans that come, and they every year, every year that they're there. And if we do 150 or 200 performances a year, I bet you if you come to their city, they're going to be there every year. And every year they're going to want to take another picture.
Yes.
That's free.
That's free right there. But you have to deal with that, because that's something that means something to them. And anybody that wants to take a picture with a 70-year-old man, at this point in my life, I'm happy to do it. Come on, let's take some pictures.
I love that, because it's a lot of artists that are very rude. And it's like people are excited. They love your music. They want to see you. They want to feel like they actually know you. And that taking the time to take an autograph, taking 5 seconds to just take a picture is amazing. That makes that person feel on top of the world. You don't know how that person is feeling that day, period. But some artists are rude. So, I mean, I love just to be humble and definitely understand that we are excited, I know there's some rude fans out there. I know it is, but others.
That comes with the territory, I've taken a picture with one girl and treated her like she was my best friend. And the next year she came, she brought 6 of her other girlfriends, like, hey girl, I want you to meet my friend Leaveil. But that made her feel good, because she sees once or maybe twice a year. That's it. But she felt like we had a personal connection, and she wanted to show her fans. Well, that's 6 more tickets or 7 more tickets that were paid.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So just from that little bit of interaction meant the world to her. And that's what we're here for. We're not in this industry to take the good and the bad, because like you said, there are going to be some that are going to be rude. But you handle them with grace, and it's okay. And then you're going to be the others that just love you and want to be there for you. So, to me, I'd be really, to me, that's just crazy not to love on them if they love me.
Right. I love it. And what about you, Scotty?
Well, I'm appreciative. I mean, Leaveil said it best, and I give this credit to growing up. I remember we all come from single mothers, and we all come from single short mothers that had fire from them. You know, my mother was only 4'11", but could scare me to death. But they made one thing clear. They used to tell me and my brother, "You think it's you. It's not you. I'm the one that's on my knees while you out there acting a fool." That's what my mother would say to us. And as I got older, I understood what she meant. So it's not a difficult thing at all. I mean, we simply appreciate the fact that we are still here. I mean, even me, I'm saying to myself, that's why I say a lot of people say, "Man, how you doing?" I'm saying, I'm just glad I'm still here.
Yes.
Because it don't have to be like that. I appreciate the fact. And if you, like Leaveil said, if you got fans that still like you at this stage, hey, you a lucky person.
Yes. I love it.
I understand it.
So we are on the OOUU Pod, the Unsung and Underground, and we're all about the good music and the underground music. So I asked you guys, what is on your playlist right now? What are you listening to?
Wow. Well, for me, I listen to a lot of smooth jazz because, you know, when we're out on the road, I listen to nothing but R&B because we're playing with a lot of artists. But I'm into smooth jazz, Paul Hardcastle, Peter White, those kind of people, you know. So that's what predominantly that's the stuff that I listen to. But I also have to listen to my wife's playlist, which she's all from opera all the way to reggae because she's a reggae, you know, she sings with Ziggy Marley. So she's she's been with him for the last 18 years singing background for him. So I have to listen to reggae, I have to listen to opera, I have to listen to classical. She's all over the spectrum. So, you know, but for me, my playlist is really smooth jazz.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, well, Scotty and I both, my dad was a jazz fanatic. So when, you know, you hear us doing a lot of scat, you know, bebop to boobop, that comes from my father. So younger, we had to listen to a lot of jazz, but today I've reverted to kind of really kind of hardcore R&B. I mean, I like Etta James, I like Johnny Guitar Watson. You know, I mean, it's just straight ahead R&B. I mean, that's what we do, but I listen to all of it. This music is just so beautiful to have.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I mean, there's all kinds of. I like, you know, the young people. I like straight ahead R&B. I like jazz. I like all of it. You know, so my playlist would probably run you crazy if you start listening to it because
I would love to hear your guys' playlist. Oh my goodness.
What about you, Scotty?
Well, you probably wouldn't recognize a lot of it if we're gonna be honest, because we come from an older generation, and it's just real. What we like, I'll say what I like is that I'm bebop and blues, and most young people don't even know what bebop is. So I thoroughly understand that. But if you saw my list, you wouldn't recognize it because, first of all, you too young. You wasn't here when they made it. so you wouldn't know what it was anyway. But it's basically blues and bebop.
Okay.
But I will tell you, I have 80. Well, up here it's 88.3. That's the Jazz Blues channel up here in New York. So
yeah,
that actually,
for me, oh yeah, they play great music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that stays on my radio when I get in the car because it's just it's peaceful. You know, when you're starting your day. Yep. No, I may not recognize or know the artist, but you know, in hip hop and R&B, we use a lot of samples.
Definitely.
Yeah, so, you know, I feel like I'm still learning, but I do love, you know, rhythm and blues.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know, I'll tell you this. Let me say this to both of you guys, though. I just so appreciate the fact that somebody as young as both of you to invite us on your platform and to say that you like our music. Well, I just can't thank you enough, because I'm saying to myself, when I first looked at, but like Walt said, I said, these two junior high school kids, what do they know about the Whispers? The fact that you even allow us on your platform, I just want to say thank you so much, because you're giving us a whole nother situation to grow about.
Yes. Thank you to your mothers.
Oh yeah,
I
Yeah.
know that's where you learned it from. So
Yeah.
Thank your parents for being
It's
yeah.
for Rita, like I said with Reed, this it hits me different, and I'm sure it hits Rita different. Like, you know, my father passed on, but my mother is still here. When I tell you, like, you are her number one. So this is like even a gift that I can give to her. Like, it's like it gives me chills even in this moment just to see you guys on my screen.
Yes, we
thank
were
you.
just so
It's really
excited.
Thank you so much. Thank you
We were
so
so
much.
excited and
Yeah.
nervous at that. And my mother she's still blazing at my phone to try to get over here. I'm like, no, you cannot come over here.
Well, can y'all at least give her a shout out? Reed's mom's birthday was just the other day.
Yes, it was the 21st.
Wow.
Birthday. What's her name?
Her name is Wanda.
Wanda, happy birthday to
Woo!
you from the Whispers.
She would love that.
We won't ask how old you are because I know ladies don't like to tell. So
no, it don't matter. But she got Paranda here as her representative.
So so it don't matter. Yeah. I want to say thank you too. I want to say thank you for introducing your daughter and her people. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. We're so excited, and thank you for just coming on. And I'm like a big fan. I'm still listening to your music, so
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Keep it up.
Yes, we get to Baltimore and New York because two cities that we go to both of them at least twice a year. We're looking forward to meeting you, young lady. So you guys can come and hang out with us.
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. So our last question, drum roll. So we always ask, who you rocking with?
Yes.
Who we rocking with?
Yes.
Now you got to go deeper because that's what we're old now. Rocking meaning what?
Yeah, because rocking with could be a lot of things.
Yeah. I was getting ready to say who we rocking with. You gotta explain a little bit deeper.
So when we say who you rocking with, we expect you to say we rocking with the OOUU pod.
The OOUU pod.
Okay.
Well, we're definitely rocking with that.
No, absolutely.
Okay, we rocking.
Well, let me tell y'all, my mother that made her way over here.
Wanda here.
Please come and say hi.
Oh, then let her come on up.
Please, she done came over here. Look.
Oh, Wanda. There you are. Man, look at Wanda.
Oh, you know what? You know what?
Wanda?
I see why. You know what? Now we see why we thought you guys was teenagers. Because your
mom looked like she just
and she just turned 62 on the 21st.
Oh, God bless you.
Oh my God. You let nobody worry you, right?
You're young.
Younger now that I met y'all. I'm telling you.
Oh, God bless you.
This is
Wanda,
joy.
Wanda, you just as fine as you want to be. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Hey, so Wanda, when we come to Baltimore, bring mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Bring mom with you.
Bring mom with you.
Thank you so much.
She ran over here.
You know you weren't keeping your mom out your house.
No, that's wonderful. That is wonderful.
I know you know that's a blessing, though.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, be blessed.
We don't have our moms. We don't have our fathers. So when I see that kind of interaction between daughter
it's a killer.
It's
wonderful.
You hold on to that with everything in your soul.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Crying today, Lord.
I know. I'm getting ready to tear up now.
No, but really, he's telling you right. Because boy, when it's gone, ain't a day go by we don't think about our parents. But when you got them and they're here with you,
enjoy them. Yep. Enjoy them while you can.
Don't take it for granted. Yep.
Whew.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Oh,
this was amazing.
Thank you for having us.
Definitely. So, if you want to tell everyone where they can find you, that would be great.
Yes.
Yep, go right ahead, Leaveil. He's the youngest. He knows all about this.
Yeah, well, you can find us on Spotify. We have thewhispers.com. You can always hit us up on that. But, if they want to get this new single, we're on Spotify. We're on iTunes, CD Baby. all of the regular sites that we're on there. You can download it, YouTube, all of those kinds of things. Hit us up on YouTube, check out the video. Some of the proceeds from the sale of this song is going to help some younger people in the industry and help them along. So please, look us up, ask questions. We have a young lady named Willette that gets those things to us, and we just want to keep our fan base there and let them know that we love them. We're going to be back.
Yes.
Back stronger than ever. We miss them. We probably miss them far more than they missed us.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yep.
Okay,
thank you guys for letting us use your platform. You guys are these two beautiful young ladies. We feel so honored to be with you guys today. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And fans out there, you know who we're rocking with. We're rocking with OOUU.
That's what we're talking about.
That's that
You
right
on.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.